Tuesday morning. It's the last day of the month of March.
Bring it.
We have a lot to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
I'm Dan Schrack. We want to start, though, with some of the news you need to know.
Stephanie Joseph is live in the newsroom. She's got a look at some of our top headlines this morning. Steph?
Hey there, guys. We do want to start with a traffic alert in Pittsford right now. The Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker is over on Knickerbocker Road. This is a live look here. Crews are on scene at a barn fire. Deputies say that the roadway has been shut down between East Jefferson and Van Cortlandt Drive, still in active response. Drivers are asked to seek other routes right now. No injuries have been reported, at least at this time. More details are expected later on today. You can find those updates on 13wham.com. With several businesses in an Irondequoit Plaza, they will be shut down today as the town declared it a public nuisance. The shutdowns at the 519 Plaza on East Ridge Road follow a homicide investigation at Lush Resto Lounge, along with allegations of prostitution at a spa. Town records show police responded to more than 500 calls at the Strip since 2022. The town says 3 businesses are allowed to remain open after providing evidence they are not a source of any problems, and a 4th could be added. A Rochester mother is facing charges after shots were fired in the city's Beechwood neighborhood. Police found evidence of shots fired on Garzone Avenue around 1:30 this morning. Around that same time, officers stopped a vehicle believed to be connected. Inside were a woman in her 30s, her 10- and 8-year-old children, and a handgun. She was taken into custody and is facing weapons and child endangerment charges. President Trump says in a Truth Social post, the U.S. is making diplomatic progress with Iran, but is also threatening significant new military action if a deal is not reached soon. The president threatened to completely obliterate Iran's power plants, oil wells, and desalination plants that supply drinking water if a deal is not reached shortly. Happening today, your last chance to apply to be a part of the 2026 Rochester Fringe Festival. Organizers are looking for artists of all genres, including theater, dance, and comedy. Submissions close at 5 tonight. Details are at rochesterfringe.com. This year's festival is September 15th through the 26th at venues across the Flower City. And that's what you need to know.
All right, Steph. Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right, let's get a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours, starting with a warning from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office as more people head outside to enjoy the warmer weather. For this morning's Crime Stoppers, we're getting a closer look at the rise in car larcenies and some tips on items we should never leave in our vehicles and the simple steps that could save us a big headache.
Good advice. Then it's the return of one of the most popular segments here on Arc Rochester.
Not just Arc Rochester, but worldwide, this has been rated one of the best segments on television.
Best segments on television by The Hollywood Reporter, I believe.
Yes.
And the LA Times.
Yep.
It's Truth or Trash. Christian Garzone is back with a new round of the head-scratching headlines, and it's up to us to decide if the story is real or if it's totally garbage. And this morning, you may want to get ready because some of these might actually fool you.
Ooh, and then later on, she's known as America's Joy Magnet. Now she's hitting the road in her new docuseries called Joy Drive. Shari Alyse will join us to tell us more about her journey, traveling 8,000 miles across the country, some of the folks she met along the way, and how we all can find a little more joy in our daily lives.
I love that. I mean, if she wasn't joyful enough already, now she's got this. I think this is fantastic. I can't wait to talk to her. Before all of that, though, let's get a first check of your soggy Tuesday forecast. It is rainy, and those conditions, well, looks like they're sticking around, Marty.
Yeah, not really pretty for the short term. We're going to see a little bit of hope as we go through the day. We're going to see this rain break off temporarily, but it's going to be around in some form just on and off during the day. We're still seeing some of the thunderstorms out there. You can notice a lot of that activity across the area now. Just a couple lightning strikes being reported in portions of Genesee County, winding down a little bit across Monroe County. Some of the southwestern towns seeing just a little more moderate rain than others, and even the pocket that was off to the east continues to move to the east. A lot of those thunderstorms moving east into central New York right now, and we still have to watch to our west. You can see a lot of activity back in southwestern Ontario and southern Ontario. area that still is yet to make its way through. So you can see there are different phases it'll pass through over the course of the day today. And on top of that, in anticipation of the rain that we're going to see and the amount that we'll see, we do have a flood watch in effect for a pretty good portion of the area. That's in effect from pretty much now all the way straight through the end of the day tomorrow on Wednesday. So a pretty good length of time there. Today we're going to see temperatures mainly in the 60s for highs. Lakeshore communities will stay quite a bit cooler. A lot of 40s and 50s along the lakeshore, but inland 60s easily will be reached today. 43 for a low temperature tonight. As we head into tomorrow, about 47 for highs, so cooler, maybe a shower, but not as much rain as what we'll see today. And then we rise up through the 50s and back into the 60s as we head through the end of the week and closer to the upcoming weekends. We cool down a little bit, but still, as we drop back a little bit, that's just down to about average, and we start to gain a little bit. But again, today, not the prettiest of days, but we're going to see at least a few breaks in some of that rain, but overall, not the prettiest of days in store for us.
Can we schedule those breaks in the rain for when we're leaving work and needing to walk to our vehicles?
That would be nice to do. Maybe 4:05 for first pitch. It would be nice to at least schedule one for that window of time too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot happening today, Mark.
We do have an umbrella that you can borrow that's back in the weather office.
Okay, but then I'm going to have to bring it back, right?
And you better.
And then I'll have to walk back to the car with no umbrella.
I know where you live and work.
That's fair. All right. Thank you, Marty.
Sure.
We appreciate it. All right. Let's go off the top and start with some of the things that have piqued our interest. I will kick things off today. A Houston judge is getting a lot of online hate after his encounter with an IT worker while on the bench. Have you seen the video?
No, because when you talked about it, I specifically didn't look it up.
Good. I'm glad. Judge Nathan Milron of Harris County's 215th District Court called a courthouse tech worker to fix an audio problem during a live proceeding. So the worker resolved the issue in seconds, and that's when things went sideways. Have a look.
From the audio here, right? Yeah, it should be. Let me see. Sorry.
Mariah, did I make this up?
No. 5 seconds. 1 second. You don't have to go far. You're disjoined. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. False alarm.
No, it wasn't a false alarm.
False negative. Sorry.
Don't joke around. I'm serious about this. It was happening again.
I understand. I'm just saying I can't see it, sir.
We're good. Thank you. Get out of my courtroom. Find his supervisor.
Sick and tired of this today.
Oh.
So that was the judge we were bleeping, not the IT guy.
Sure.
That was the judge. That IT worker, for the record, is described by multiple judges in that building as one of the most helpful professional staffers in the building. Mm-hmm. He was doing his job perfectly fine, but this video did not come out of nowhere. This is a pattern. Last August, just months after taking the bench, a civil rights advocate publicly called out Milron by name, claiming to have documented unprofessional and degrading conduct towards other courthouse staff. That advocate formally demanded an inquiry by the Texas State Commission on Judicial Conduct. So you're asking, what are the consequences? Well, here's where things get a bit frustrating, because Milron is an elected judge and courthouse administrators have zero authority to discipline him. The only body that can act is the Texas State Commission on Judicial Conduct, and those proceedings are not made public. The administrative judge overseeing his division, though, released a statement saying everyone in the judicial system must reflect the professionalism and respect the public expects. His own campaign website, though, made that same promise to the people to treat everyone before his court fairly and with respect. And yet, on his own Facebook page, he lists himself as a, quote, digital creator, and in the past has reportedly posted videos of himself on the bench sanctioning attorneys in front of him thousands of dollars and then throwing them out of his courtroom. He won the seat by the thinnest of margins, 304 votes out of more than 1.4 million ballots cast. Slim margin. Meantime, that IT worker that judge went after, well, according to Harris County District Court administration, he still has his job.
Good.
I agree.
Oh, man.
I think you're in a position of power when you're in that courtroom. And sure, you've got that robe on. You're at the bench. I don't think that IT guy was disrespectful whatsoever.
No.
There was zero malice, malintent, nothing.
Yeah.
He came in to make sure your audio was working. Oh, it looks like it is working. All
False
set.
alarm.
False alarm. And then I want to talk to your supervisor because you're in a grumpy mood?
Well,
you know what no.
No, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Listen, people like that don't deserve to be in power. People like that should not have authority. We see who you are, and constituents see who you are.
Yeah,
There you go.
It'll be interesting to see what happens at the polls then.
Yeah.
Next time if he decides to run for re-election. You know, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you are a judge. Doesn't matter if you are a principal. Doesn't matter if you are, you know, manager of a gas station. Doesn't matter. Everybody should treat each other with kindness and respect. Doesn't matter if you're in a bad mood or if you've had a bad day or, you know, maybe you're annoyed with this person. It takes little to no effort to just be a decent human being. And, you know, that is frustrating and disheartening to see. At least for me, I know that when people speak to me that way, which happens, it can ruin my whole day. It really can. Because, as you know, a lot of people have thick skin, but sometimes just the unnecessary aggression is uncalled for. It always is uncalled for, but sometimes it hits a little harder. Do you know what I mean?
It does.
Especially when it's somebody that you don't know. Like last week. Remember when I got all mad in here?
Yes.
Takes zero effort to be kind.
Takes zero. It really does. It takes zero effort to be kind.
And I'm not looking for you to, you know, tell me how great I am at whatever. Like, I'm sure the IT guy wasn't looking for a round of applause and a pat on the back and a good job.
You need to treat people with humanity, though, and with the respect that we deserve, that you're born with.
A simple thank you.
A simple thank you. I think the best response in that situation would have been for the judge to say, of course it's not. Of course the problem isn't happening because we've got the IT guy here. Thank you so much. I'm sure I'll see you again later today.
Yeah, when I mess this up
I'll tell you
again.
what. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what. I ever get called back into that courtroom,
what are you going to do?
it's going to be problems. There's going to be problems. Yeah. You can speak to me like that once. That's fine. I can assure you, you'll never speak to me like that again.
Yeah. It's hard, you know, and I'm thinking about those lawyers, you know, and going to court for this job. A lot of the time you see those really tense interactions between judges and attorneys. But a lot of the time I'm thinking, okay, there's no need to speak to people this way.
Yeah.
Like, this is really uncalled for. Like, everybody's just trying to do their job here.
That's exactly it.
You're acting like my existence is bugging you. And, you know, for that, I'm sorry. I also probably don't want to be here. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in here fixing your computer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't.
I don't want to be in here dealing with your BS.
Yeah. Ooh, that got me angrier than I expected.
Well, because it's good.
Because I think we all can see somebody in that judge.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Like, I saw him and I pictured other faces. And I'm like, yep.
You know who that is in your life.
Sure do.
Yep.
All right, we'll move along to mine. We always say that there's a world record for everything, right? And some of the challenges people try to overcome are just plain ridiculous. We've seen the tallest stack of hats worn at once, the most forks in a beard, the longest time breath was held voluntarily. The list goes on and on and on. But one man took on a delicious and expensive challenge, all in the name of breaking a Guinness World Record. This guy, by the name of Joshua Fikesen, made it his mission to break the Guinness World Record by dining at 28 Michelin star restaurants in New York in just 24 hours. There he is. Yeah, the Las Vegas man hopped from restaurant to restaurant, testing and tasting some of the best food in the world. Now, You can see them there. Before we get into meals, let's talk about what it takes to actually earn that Michelin star. According to the Michelin website, it requires consistently delivering outstanding food, specifically evaluated on ingredient quality, flavor, mastery, cooking techniques, chef personality, and consistency all across the menu. Michelin inspectors, who remain anonymous, visit restaurants several times to ensure high standards are maintained year-round. There's no application. Inspectors simply find the restaurants. Quite a mouthful, to say the least, and even a bigger one to live up to. Only the best of the best earn the Michelin star, and there are even different ratings within that award, too. Anyways, back to Joshua Fikesen. He started this journey at Oxomoco in Brooklyn. It's a wood-fired Mexican restaurant with a long list of tequila and mezcal-based cocktails, tacos, tostadas, and also a decadent chocolate cake that I've been thinking about since early this morning. That's just to name a couple of their offerings. And look at the plating. I mean, just beautiful, right? Fikesen also visited La Pavilion, which is a French hotspot in Midtown. Ooh. He said a highlight was the Jonah crab salad with apple and wasabi. Also, Tuomi, a contemporary American restaurant with Asian influences, was on his list. It featured a scallop dumpling with English peas and I always struggle to say this, foie gras. And then Torrisi made his top list. They had a tortellini pomodoro. All in all, he says there wasn't a bad meal on any of the tables, and in the end, he spent almost $1,000 on food, not including tips, and nearly $500 on transportation. This wasn't his first rodeo either. He actually previously broke the record in 2023 by visiting 22 Michelin-starred restaurants in 24 hours. However, in 2024, he lost that record. Safe to say he was back with a vengeance, an appetite, and, I imagine, a credit card.
Yeah. Wow.
Wouldn't you love to do that?
Yes.
I would.
Yes, that is a mukbang I would take part in.
24 hours.
24 hours.
How do you do that without getting way too full? I mean, I know the servings are pretty small there, but still.
I think you're full regardless. I think the potentially a saving grace, or maybe something that could help along the way, is that this is happening in New York City, so you can hopefully walk to the next restaurant you have to go to.
Yeah. Well, he was talking about transportation. I'm wondering if
that's right.
If that was the plane ride from Las Vegas to New York. But then I was thinking, what plane ride is going to cost $500 from Las Vegas to New York? I feel like that's way more.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I was thinking maybe Uber rides.
Why are we Ubering, though, in a city with subways?
I don't know.
I don't know. I did see he had a dish from 11 Madison Park. All spelled out.
Okay.
Super, super fancy.
You've been?
No.
Okay.
No. When I worked at that super fancy hotel, had to try and make reservations. The phone lines for reservations open one day a month, and they're open for like 2 hours.
What?
And that is it.
That's it?
That is it. And you have to have a credit card when you reserve, because you're paying for it even if you don't show up. You no-show on that. It's their tasting menu, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars per person. Wild.
Oh, man.
11 Madison Park. We should go there.
Yeah?
Put it on the ARC. Yeah. Ashley, is that in the ARC budget?
Maybe to go into the building and breathe the air, but probably nothing else.
That's fair.
That's fair.
All right. Hey, much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez. He's live at the baseball field, getting ready for the Red Wings home opener.
Hitting it out of the park. And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. ARC Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13WEM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Don't go far. We're back on the other side of the break. It is officially spring, and you know what that means. Red Wings baseball. It's back, baby.
Yeah, this afternoon marks their home opener at the newly named.
There you go.
ESL ballpark. The ballpark itself isn't new. Chris Lopez is live this morning giving us a sneak peek at what fans can expect. Chris?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yes, gates open at 2:30. Game starts at 4:05. They're playing the Rail Riders. And we have a Channel 13 exclusive for... Just kidding. We did that last year when we were all here, and we got a nice look at the clubhouse, which is what we're going to go into right now. Check out the digs, though. Everything above this is fantastic. Everything below the field is fantastic. And when you step into the clubhouse, pretty much the same, all fantastic. You know who else is fantastic? Dan Mason. What? I gotta pull up a seat right next to the Hall of Famer. I love it. I love it. I love it. These are comfy, man.
They're really comfy. We got to make sure the players are well rested and feeling good for the game, you know what I mean? So this is kind of where they chill out and relax before the game and after the game.
I was going to ask you, what kind of a benefit is having a nice clubhouse like this to a player?
Oh, I think it means they spend so much time at the ballpark. So the more that we can make them feel comfortable and make them feel at home, the better. And, you know, hopefully that translates onto the field, but also just their overall experience of living in Rochester, right? They spend so much time living out of a suitcase all year, and this is like a second home to them.
Yeah, you guys did do such a great job at decking this out, from the lights underneath the lockers to the Red Wings logo that's all the way up here to some of the bats. You guys got, you know, things to keep people busy, the players busy in between downtime between the game and going out there. It's fantastic stuff.
They spend so much time in here, you know, because they get here pretty early, and then there's a lot of time where they're not really doing much. So we want to make sure that they're comfortable while they're here.
And so we're in the locker room right now. Who are some of the players that people should be looking out for today when you guys take the field?
Well, our league MVP, or our team MVP from last year, Andrew Pinckney, is back this year. Robert Hassel, who was here last year, had a great year for us and spent time up in the big leagues. Dylan Cruz, who spent a little time here on rehab assignment last year, but also a lot of time with the Nats the last couple of years.
Second overall pick
in the draft back in 2023, right behind Paul Skeens, his teammate. So we've got quite a few guys on our team this year. Riley Adams, who's spent a lot of time in the major leagues. Harry Ford, who's one of the bigger catching prospects in baseball right now. He's on our team right now. So we have a good lineup and a lot of good pitchers on our team this year as well.
What would you say is the attitude of the team going in this year? If you had to give me one sentence or a few words to describe it.
Determined.
Determined.
Yeah.
Why?
Determined to continue to develop. You know, everybody's goal in this clubhouse, as much as they love Rochester, everybody's goal is to play for the Washington Nationals as soon as possible, right? And continue to get better and develop as baseball players here. Our goal, again, is to make sure that they're as comfortable as possible and they have all the tools they need to develop into Major League Baseball players. And many of these guys in this room are going to be in Washington before the year is over.
And you guys are doing a good job with all the comforting amenities. We're going to send it back to you in studio. Coming up next, we're going to be in the Performance Center. I don't know what we're going to be doing in there, but we're going to be in the Performance Center doing some. Yeah, he's probably going to be throwing me some balls I'll be hitting. So look forward for that. We'll check back in with you guys at about 8:40, I think. And then again at 9:10 on Arc Rochester.
All right, Lopez, thank you. We appreciate it.
When we come back, it's time for this morning's weather trivia.
Meteorologist Marty Snyder will be with us once again on the other side of the break.
about the forecast, it sounds like we're sitting in Niagara Falls right now.
Yeah.
It's pouring out there.
It's back and forth. Actually, just probably 30 seconds ago, it was loud on the roof, and now it's stopped. So it's that intermittent type of stuff that we're seeing. And, just like yesterday, we were talking about the rain that was still on its way, but we talked about some sunshine in the trivia question. I'm going back to some sunshine in the trivia question.
Okay, please do.
Looking at the bright side, we all know this time of year, we're starting to add just a lot to the length of day. Some days you see a little more sunshine than others. Today it's not going to be a whole lot of direct sunshine, but we are brightening up skies a little bit. So we want to know, how many more minutes of daylight do we have in Rochester today as compared to what we saw on March 1st? So specifically when you compare the length of time between sunrise and sunset today with the length of time between sunrise and sunset on March 1st, what was it?
Are you
What's
doing
the difference?
math? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm giving you my answer before there's even options.
Oh, okay.
Up there.
Okay.
And
All right.
that's a total guess.
Okay.
I want to see the options.
Here are the options.
Okay, so I'm way off.
Yeah. It's all right.
Way off.
It's all right. But you
12
gave it a
minutes
shot.
is not the answer, guys.
You gave it a try.
Wait, that's what you were doing?
Yeah, 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12.
Oh, okay.
I mean, March 1st, I'm thinking, but, wait a second. When did we spring forward?
It has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
Nothing legislatively. It's just specifically.
Wouldn't it happen
look at the length for each day.
in not December? December? Is that when things start to turn around? January? I don't know.
Well, they turn on the equinox.
Right.
But this time of year, when you're close to the equinox, you gain the most amount of time per day. So it adds up each day. You're really changing that number a lot every day from the 1st
And so
through
we're
the
just
30th.
measuring from the 1st of March through today.
Correct.
How many minutes of daylight additional
have we gained? Yeah, so you take the sunset and sunrise time, subtract the 2 from the 1st, subtract the 2 from the 2nd, and what's the difference between those two differences? It's a lot of math today. It's a lot of math. But it comes down to a very simple number. So we had the choices there for you. So
right.
It's posted online. Hopefully folks at home get a chance to take a look at it. I'm sure you can come close. You had your first shot. You knew your
first shot
So
was
we know
off a
it's
little
not
bit. We
that
know
one.
it's not 12,
It's not
but
12.
12 was not an option.
So we'll have that answer coming up in just a little under an hour for folks at home. But otherwise today, again, you're not going to see a lot of that sunshine today. Skies have brightened up since we're after sunrise, of course, but we're not seeing much direct sunshine, and I think that'll be the theme today. That'll actually be a good thing, because any day that you have that potential for stronger thunderstorms, the last thing you want to see is a lot of sunshine, because that just adds more fuel into the whole mix there. But the potential is there for some stronger thunderstorms. Heavy downpours likely. We have been seeing some of those already. We still do have that flood watch that is in effect, stays in effect today, goes into tonight and even into tomorrow as well. But today mostly in the 50s for the short term, 60s for highs today. So a mild afternoon for most areas. Up along the lakeshore, maybe just a little cooler for a few communities. But there's a look at radar right now. We do have that very cellular nature to that rain. So like I mentioned just off the top there, we heard the rain on the roof for about a little bit of time. Then 30 seconds later, didn't hear a whole lot. So we're seeing those little pockets try to make their way through where there's a lot of variability out there. Next one sitting off to our west, really filling in across the Niagara Peninsula, across Lake Erie right now as well. So that's the next one that's going to swing through and really fill things in a bit. So again, that's the last one we're seeing on radar at this point, but there will be more filling in and forming throughout the day today. We do have a flood watch in effect for us. There are some various flood warnings east into central New York, but no warnings for the Rochester area right now. It's just that flood watch, that potential for creeks and streams and rivers to come up throughout the course of the day. But those skies still looking pretty ominous. Yeah, kind of a cool picture there.
That's
It
a
is.
really
It
cool
is.
picture.
As you see that all build in. And yeah, it's going to be the theme for a lot of the day. A lot of variability in the skies, variability in the amount of rain and in the intensity of the rain that we do see, but it's still going to pass through at times. 56 currently, so really not too bad for a temperature right now, but there's going to be that one little narrow ribbon of temperatures along the lakeshore. None showing up in the actual observations right now, but you can see from that the difference in color right up on the lakeshore. There is that one little sliver that's just trying to move inland, and I think that is going to push in just a little bit more, pushing south. That's going to help to drop some of those numbers right up along the lakeshore, and areas inland will get into the 60s today, but areas up along the lakeshore stay a little shy of that. But today we keep at least the cloud cover around for a lot of the day. May see the rain break down a little bit, then reform heading into the afternoon. And we'll see it just on and off going into the afternoon, early evening as well. But then from mid-evening on through the late evening, I think a lot of the focus for that's going to be down through the southern tier. And then after that, we just see it all wind down overnight tonight going into tomorrow. So we quiet things down for the longer term, but today, pretty active day as far as that weather goes. We'll be in the 60s for highs up along Lakeshore, quite a bit cooler than that, 43 tonight. Tomorrow, a lot cooler than today, but you have to keep in mind the average high this time of year, upper 40s to near 50. That's pretty close to average. And then we just gain as we head through Thursday and Friday into the upcoming weekend as well. So at least we see those temperatures come back up. Just today's going to be kind of a tough go, just given that rain that's going to be moderate, heavy at times, do have that flood watch in effect. We'll be monitoring throughout the day for any severe weather that does play out over the course of the day today.
One of your graphics popped up, and I thought, what a great band name. Heavy downpours likely.
Yes.
Yes. What a garage band.
Yeah.
Heavy downpours likely. And they could, all of their songs could be weather related.
I like that. Yeah.
Think about it.
I just want to play drums. I've always wanted to play drums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, do
You
it.
want to do we want to start the band?
I wanted to learn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You're on drums.
Yeah.
Marty's on tambourine. Mark's on tambourine. You're on
Mark is.
clarinet.
Why oboe or clarinet?
I don't know. What did you play?
Any brass instrument.
Any brass instrument.
Which is neither of the two. Right.
And I'm band coordinator, showrunner.
Yes.
You're the
Showrunner
vocalist.
and
Come on.
yeah, of course, of course.
You're the baton dude.
Because yes,
But Mark does have tambourine experience
he does.
on Arc Rochester.
Yes,
So
absolutely does.
he's got a little edge on all of us.
He was even paid while he was doing it. So yeah, professional. We're gonna start that.
All
Heavy
right.
downpours likely.
Let's get shirts made.
You think I'm kidding?
I'm serious.
You're not kidding.
Much more to get to here on Arc Rochester.
We're back right after this. .36 this Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. Okay, we want to take you behind the story now as the economic impact of the Iran war is spreading far beyond just the gas pump.
From air travel to agriculture, soaring fuel and fertilizer costs are starting to hit Americans where it hurts their wallets.
National correspondent Morgan Steffens has more from Washington.
The economic effects of the Iran war are being felt beyond gas prices. Jet fuel has doubled since the war began, and truckers and farmers at the mercy of diesel and fertilizer that won't stop rising.
When oil prices double, it would lose money. And so there's just no point in flying flights that are going to lose money that can't cover the cost of fuel.
Meanwhile, a perfect storm of rising U.S. jet fuel and capacity cuts have travelers facing costly airfare. On the day before the strikes began, jet fuel was at $2.50. Now it's spiked to $4.57 per gallon, leading to higher costs to fly. Farmers are also feeling the impact. In the past few months, the cost of fertilizer for New York farmers jumped by around 5% since the war broke out, now trading at $580 per ton from $400 per ton.
Planting season is right around the corner, as soon as a couple of weeks. Generally speaking, we're talking about early April through about June is when we're using the fertilizer. So you will definitely see an impact at the grocery store if we don't get this resolved soon.
Diesel gasoline prices have those who depend on the resource feeling the sting too. Diesel powering everything from farm equipment and delivery trucks for grocery and retail stores spiked from $3.87 to $5.62 a gallon.
We aren't sure how much of a tightrope we're going to have to walk or how long.
As a cost of production for not only farmers raising a crop, but for all end products there that go into the stores and on grocery shelves, the price has to be passed along to the consumer.
Farmers say that even if the Strait of Hormuz reopened today, it could take around a month for prices to settle down. So producers and consumers can expect to see some sticker shock for the foreseeable future. In Washington, I'm Morgan Stevens.
Don't go far. A lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're once again going live to Chris Lopez, who is stepping up to bat, getting ready for today's home opener with the Red Wings.
Don't forget, we're streaming live. Join us on the 13WAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back.
Amazing America 250 is sponsored by Balance of Nature.
The National Cherry Blossom Festival brings millions of visitors to the nation's capital every spring, all hoping to catch a glimpse of peak bloom as it ushers in a new season. A burst of life and color surrounds the tidal basin, with pale pink and white blossoms stretching in every direction.
It is the time of year I look forward to more than any other.
The blooming of the cherry trees in Washington, D.C. dates all the way back to 1912. That's when Japan gifted the United States 3,000 of them as a gesture of friendship between the two nations.
There's been a reciprocal gift back and forth between the U.S. and Japan.
For more than 100 years, we have been celebrating the cherry trees blooming in solidarity with the people of Japan, who call the beauties sakura trees.
We have gifted them cherry trees and cuttings of original cherry trees over the years. Most notably following World War II, we helped some of the Japanese cities that had been, damaged or destroyed in the war. We helped them repopulate some of their trees.
Peak bloom, when 70% of the blossoms are open, varies annually depending on the weather conditions, usually falling somewhere between the last week of March and first week of April and last for several days. Visitors who time it just right are in for the most breathtaking sight. This year, Japan has gifted the United States with 250 cherry blossom trees to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, adding even more beauty to the nation's capital.
So we're hoping that every American will enjoy that cherry blossoms for many years to come.
Over the years, the original cherry trees have been carefully trimmed to propagate new trees to ensure the genetic heritage of the 1912 gift is preserved, a nod to a lasting friendship with Japan. For Amazing America, I'm Taylor Murray with the National News Desk.
Amazing America 250 is sponsored by Balance of Nature, the phytonutrition company.
right, Rochester. Get ready. Baseball season is back. The Red Wings taking the field today. Fans can feel the excitement in the air, and if you can't, maybe it's blasting in your ear right now.
Okay. It's the home opener at the newly renamed ESL Ballpark this afternoon at 4:05. Chris Lopez is live there this morning. He's giving us a front row look at all of the festivities. He's in the field house now.
You got a piece of that. I think that was a foul ball.
Performance Center, Dan.
Wow. Wow.
I need a new contract, man. I've been ripping balls all morning long. Exit velocity has been insane. Dan Mason, general manager, about to sign me to a 10-day deal. I think I hit a 6, maybe 700-footer. I need a new contract, man. This is crazy.
Working on it.
Working on it? Okay.
You need
all right. Oh, that's neither here nor there. Opening day, the game starts at 4:05. The gates open at 2:30. I'm here with General Manager, Hall of Famer Dan Mason. Start of a 6-game homestand. Does it ever get old to you?
No.
No, never.
Never.
You've been in this business for an incredibly long time. You walked in here as an intern. What about the game kept you going? Because you've come a long way, my friend.
It's fun, right? That's what we do. We're in the business of fun. I'm GM. Is my title, but it could really be director of fun. That's what my job and everybody that works here, our job is make sure that when you, your family, and your friends, you come to a game, you have a blast. Whether the team wins or loses, we can't control that. But what we can control is if you have a good time.
Let's say someone's new to the area, never been to a Rochester Red Wings game. What should they look forward to when they come here? What's the atmosphere like on day one?
Opening day is like the most, it's the best day of the year. But we've got 74 other parties, or games, I should say, throughout the course of the year. We've got fireworks every Friday and Saturday. Kids can run the bases every Sunday. Thursday nights are for the plates. Every Tuesday, half-price tickets. And Wednesday nights, starting in May, will feature jersey giveaways. So we've got just many, many great promotions over the course of the year. That was smoked. But also great food here every time you come. You can come to 75 games this year and have a different entree every single night.
What about Matt LaCroix?
He's the best.
Your manager? Yeah,
the best.
What about him, man? I interviewed him once, so I got to talk to him for a brief bit. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
You get to see him every day.
Yeah.
What is he like, off hours?
He is, he's funny as heck. He's the most down-to-earth guy for a guy that played in the Olympics, played in the big leagues for a long time, coached in the big leagues. We are so lucky to have him as our manager for our 6th season here. He really gets, he understands what we're doing here in the front office. He's an amazing baseball guy, but he also does everything he can to help us out to make the fan experience all that much better. I mean, if you're sitting next to him, next to the dugout, keep an eye on your nachos or your popcorn, because he may reach in and grab some during the game. You never know.
And this, I want to pause you real quick. This performance center, so what you're looking at is it gives real-time feedback on a day like this, really. When the field is rained out, you can't get batting practice in outdoors. You can only be indoors. It's going to give you distance, exit velocity, how fast the ball is going, where it would presume you would be in terms of your base run. If you hit a good ground ball, maybe you got past the shortstop and you got a first base hit or a home run. That's how cool this performance center is, introducing technology to the Rochester Red Wings players. Dan Mason, what about Dan Schrack throwing out the first pitch? Throw me a pitch.
I think he's getting scared. He's still scared, because I've been inviting him now for about, I don't know how many years, 4 or 5 years, and he still won't take me up on it.
Lies.
Embarrassing.
Lies.
Dan Schrack, how do you feel about that? Back to you in studio.
Well,
he's saying lies.
Yeah, it's all false. It's all false. I wish Dan Mason the absolute best today. Make sure you tell him that.
You're in a groove now.
Here's the thing, Chris. All the technology in the world ain't helping those foul balls of yours.
It's not great.
Yeah,
You're doing okay.
It lets me know that I'm hitting foul balls, though.
Oh,
Doesn't
really?
improve my performance.
Anybody with
at
two
all.
eyes
It
could
just
tell
lets
you
me
you're
know.
hitting foul balls.
Yeah, I know, and you just told me. But the performance center lets me know in real time that I'm hitting foul balls. I need something to work on, right? My exit velocity, my distance. Where's my swing going? I don't know. The camera above me will let me know.
Yeah,
it's not doing good.
Okay, you're a foul ball there, Lopez. Keep going.
When Arc Rochester returns, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is joining us. We're talking about important safety tips as the warm weather approaches.
Crime Stoppers coming up after this. .52 this Tuesday morning. Spring has arrived, and as we approach the warmer weather, that means spending more time outside, enjoying our local parks and such.
Yeah, it is important, though, to be mindful of the things you leave in your car while you're out and about, and how you care for your valuables, too. For this week's Crime Stoppers, we're joined by Monroe County Sheriff's deputies Bethany Maston and Jonathan Engelbrecht. Good morning to the both of you. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
All right, so let's get right into it. The weather is nicer out there, maybe not today with all the rain, but warming up for sure. A lot of people are going to be going outside, enjoying our beautiful parks, maybe taking a hike. What should they know before they hit the trails?
So you're definitely going to want to pre-plan if you can when you go out. There's a lot more people out, like you said, especially people that are looking to take advantage of easy targets, and that's typically you leaving your purse or valuables sitting on top of your, your front seat, or you happen to leave your key fob sitting in your car, something like that. There's other ways where you can, if you're going to go out, say in the evening, you're going to want to park in well-lit areas, and just be mindful of your surroundings is just a general good rule of thumb.
So I suppose the advice for that angle then is, as you mentioned, be mindful of your surroundings, but also be mindful of your schedule and what you've got happening that day, because if you don't need your work laptop, no need to bring the work laptop and leave it in the car.
Yeah, absolutely. We would just encourage people to try to plan ahead before they're going out on hikes, if they're going to be going on a walk during their lunch break or something. The planning ahead part is really just thinking, if I'm going to go to a place in public, even if I'm going to be there for a short time, if before I leave my office or something, I have belongings that I would like to store in a safe place, do that prior to parking your vehicle, especially if you're pulling into a parking lot where you may have somebody that's lying in wait. They're watching for you to, put something valuable under your car seat, in your glove box or even in your trunk. So the biggest thing is just if you have to take those things, if you don't have the ability to store them prior to, go ahead and try to, if you don't have the ability to not take them with you, then try to store them prior to getting to the location.
How hard is it to get those items back once they've been stolen?
I don't want to give like an exact answer, but it's virtually impossible. If you're gonna just, I would say, carelessly leave them about, it's likely that they could just disappear. The people that are taking things that don't belong to you don't care about your property. They will smash your window in a heartbeat to get to it, and now you're left with damaged property, and you're at a loss for that property as well. So it's important that you just take pride in your own belongings and just making sure that you check in on yourself and just make sure, like she said, pre-planning and making sure that you're not leaving things visible.
Now, just a quick follow-up, I'm sorry. That being said, now if somebody does make that mistake, they leave their backpack, they leave their purse in the front seat of the car, the window is smashed, their items are taken, they're thinking to themselves, well, it's already gone. Should they still call police, or is this one of those instances where they're probably never going to find anybody, I'm just going to take the loss?
We would always encourage people to still call us, especially if we can put a pattern together. It may not be solved that day specifically, but when we can put a big picture together, oftentimes we can come up with details where we may have undercover cars that are sitting in areas that we know are getting hit a lot, if we can target a time frame. So I would definitely say to call. Also, while you're waiting for us to respond, make sure that you're calling your credit card companies or banks or whatever to immediately alleviate that initial potential crime of the credit card or money usage, because oftentimes that's one of the most common victimizations after the initial is the use of the credit cards or debit cards at an ATM or at a bank or at a store. So that's definitely something you'd want to do right away.
Good advice. Thank you both so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank
We'll
you.
post all of this information and much more on our website after the show this morning. You can find it all on foxrochester.com.
Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break.
In today's Political Pulse, time is winding down for lawmakers to finalize the New York State budget, the reported move from legislators and the governor that could delay its approval. And President Trump is calling out our European allies as the average price for a gallon of gas surpasses $4 nationwide. Plus, reaction from the White House and TSA amid the ongoing partial government shutdown. That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. Ark Rochester returns after this. On this Tuesday morning, March 31st. Thank you for joining us on Ark Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
I'm Dan Schrack. That is meteorologist Marty Snyder. He is back with us once again with the answer to weather trivia. You've got the Muddy Paws forecast, and you have the full forecast. And the forecast itself is pretty busy.
Yeah, a lot going on. Leaves a little bit to be desired. Not really what we're hoping for opening Red Wings Day, of course. So we'll at least talk about some sunshine. That's in our trivia question today. So at least we'll bring that up as the topic of conversation today. We want to know how much daylight have we gained over the course of the month. As we all know, as you head through the month of March, you really gain a lot of daylight from the first day to the 31st day. So how many more minutes of daylight do we have in Rochester today as compared to that same number on March 1st. So it's specifically the difference between the sunrise and sunset on the first day of the month and the difference between that and what we're seeing today. So is it 59 minutes, A, B, 69 minutes, C, 79 minutes, or D, 89 minutes? Do you guys have a guess?
It's just a guess at this point.
We have a lot of other folks who have guessed. We have, oh good, we're all over the place. I like these when they're just kind of all over the place. Valerie has A, Janet with C, Cassandra with A, Ron with C, Laura with B, Allison with D. Good, we have good participation. Lori with B, Dave with A, Stephen with B, Sandra, Barbara, and Amy all have A. Wow, a third.
Look at Mr. Popular today.
Yeah, a lot of folks. Let's see, Kyla and Sarah with A, Steve, who's Sarah's husband, with B, David and Judy with A, Kevin with C, and Colleen, who's Kevin's wife, with D, Wow, look at this. We have Cheryl and Dave with A, Eva and Richard, and Lisa and her dad all with A. How?
Do you feel loved this morning, Marty?
I do. I think that's the most
What a great
participant. And I even posted that one late.
Wow.
So,
Listen.
I appreciate you guys coming through for me. What do you guys think?
You're counting on your fingers.
I am. I'm trying to figure this out.
It's a tough one. It's one of those where it's tough to guess
is.
off the top of your head.
So, we gain the most amount of time in the month of March.
Correct. Yeah, near the solstices. So,
Yes.
yeah, you see a similar effect around September. It's the fastest rate of increase per day that we see, yeah.
I'm going to go C.
Okay.
See, I almost want to say D because 90 minutes, hour and a half. Yep. It's not a 4 o'clock sunset in December anymore or the beginning of January. You know, it's 7:15, 7:30.
Close to that? Yeah, what is it? Oh, of course, all the papers I brought, I didn't bring it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in 7
I'm going to go D.
Okay. And the answer is...
Look at you.
You got it.
Wow.
I thought I had fooled a lot of folks with that one because it is a long, good length of time there. So the time between sunrise and sunset on March 1st is 11 hours and 13 minutes. 11 hours, 13 minutes. And for the 31st, for today, it's 12 hours and 42 minutes. Wow. So, yeah, we gained about an hour and a half of daylight.
Wild.
Yeah. Good length of time.
Explains the good mood. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think of on the opposite end of the year, it's in September, you're losing that time quite as fast. So you kind of, depression
that
kind of
explains
sets
the
in a little
blues.
bit going into winter. But yeah, we're gaining that time, so that's some good news. Today, we're not going to see a lot of that because it's going to be a muddy pause day. Today's not going to be the prettiest of days coming up for us. You could already pretty much guess that when you look outside. But we have someone who is watching us. We're actually featured behind Itty Bit there, who is watching us on television, a loyal cat viewer.
Oh,
was that just yesterday? What did you wear yesterday, Abigail?
What did I wear yesterday? The dish dress.
Is that the dish dress?
I don't know. I
can't
don't
tell.
think. No, it's not.
Okay.
Either way.
I love it when animals watch us on TV.
I know. It actually makes me giggle so much.
I like it more than when people watch us. Because we don't have to deal with the comments.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. But yeah, bath time is the case today. It's just, it's a mess out there. Just check your pet before they come in the house because your carpets are going to be ruined before they get in. And wet pause over a lot of these upcoming days. Not a lot of rain, but still it's that muddiness that's going to be out there over some of these upcoming days on top of what we already have seen today. But today it's that occasional thunderstorm activity. Potential is still there for some stronger thunderstorms over the course of the day. Heavy downpours likely. We've been seeing some of those already. And just given that fact and that potential, that flood watch is in effect. You see radar filling in pretty well across a lot of the area. One line kind of just south of the thruway a little more as you look west towards a lot of Erie County, Niagara County, seeing a lot of that more moderate rain as well. And that's all going to continue to build in, and still a couple pockets that are still lingering back into southern Ontario that still have yet to swing through. So still we have that flood watch in effect for us. It's a flood warning for a couple different rivers into central New York, but for our specific area, it's that flood watch that's in effect, meaning we're just watching for that flood potential that is out there in the picture for us. And there's that cool view again. Rain as that just builds in and across the area. A little bit of a break right now, and hopefully we can keep one of those breaks around 4:05 for the opening pitch today for the Red Wings. But 57 right now. We're seeing temperatures mostly in the 50s. I think we'll see a lot of places climb back into the 60s today, with the exception of some lakeshore communities. It will stay a bit cooler, but the rain begins to break down a little bit for the short term. Still could see a few new showers and thunderstorms develop through the afternoon, early evening time frame as well. So still that concern is there for some thunderstorms. And then through the late evening and overnight, I think a lot of it pushes south and southeast and away. And then we just have kind of a quieter day going into tomorrow. But today, mostly in the 60s for highs. We'll see temperatures bounce back a little bit. Lakeshore stays cooler. Tomorrow, closer to average, 47 then. And we start to rise up a little bit through Thursday and Friday, back through the 50s and 60s. So the good news for temperatures is we only pull back to about average, then we increase again. But today's just not really going to be the prettiest of days for us. Some salvageable portions of the day, but overall, not the prettiest of days coming up for us.
Yesterday was lovely.
It was.
And on Friday, we have 68 degrees with sunshine.
Yeah.
There's a little chance for a rain.
Yeah, a little bit of everything that day, but yeah, the highlight is that nice.
Far better than today.
Very true, yeah.
And temperature-wise, like you can't lose with a day like that.
True.
It's a win.
Very optimistic today, Dan. This is not.
I don't know.
Nice.
You know what it is?
What's going on here?
Well, I started drinking at 9.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think that's helped.
Maybe you should do that more often.
I'm thinking outdoor egg hunts on Sunday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes or no?
Too early in the game to time it out.
Okay.
As we get closer, we can time it out, be a little more specific on that. But yeah, the chance is there for at least some rain on Sunday.
Gonna be muddy regardless.
Ooh, yeah, given what we've had today and
Yeah.
that shower on and off for the rest of the week, it's not gonna be great. Gonna be better than what we'll see today, put it that way.
Okay.
But still not great.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right, much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're going to check in again with Chris Lopez. He's getting ready for tonight's home opener with the Red Wings.
And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13WAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back after this. A little rain can't dampen the spirit. Red Wings baseball is back in Rochester.
The team is gearing up for their home opener at the newly named ESL ballpark this afternoon, hoping to take the field with a winning record. Chris Lopez is live this morning, getting a look at all the excitement. Chris?
Oh my God.
On the field.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yep, gates
That's why I
open
work
at
in the office.
2:30. Here with Dan Mason playing catch with the Hall of Famer now. When I first did this, you were not a Hall of Famer, and we played catch. Now I feel honored. I feel very special. Dan Mason, the Hall of Famer. First game in a 6-game homestand. Does it feel any different to be a Hall of Famer? I know I'm trying to get you to be a tad bit cocky, but you're not going to bite at all.
No, it's just, every year I get butterflies for opening day. It's my favorite day of the year. And we can't wait to welcome our fans back here to beautiful ESL Ballpark. The first ever game. Be a part of history. Get down here to ESL Ballpark for the first ever game at ESL Ballpark.
Also, we're outside right now.
Yeah.
We were listening to Marty's forecast about 2 hours ago. It looks, relatively speaking, pretty good. How are we feeling about today?
Well, as you can also see on the where it says the time and the temperature, what does that say? Oh, 59. It's 59 degrees. 59 degrees, and it's early. It's only going to get warmer.
So you got the 50-degree guarantee. What does that mean?
It means, I win. Yeah, no, it means the fans win, really. I mean, if it's over 50, it's a great day. And it should be, I'm going to put on my meteorologist hat here. It should be over 60 degrees here by first pitch, 4:05. Gates open at 2:30 with live music. The first 1,500 fans get a free hat, winter hat courtesy of ESL, and a free magnetic schedule to the first 5,000 fans and it's going to clear up. I feel good about it.
Dan, what about Rochester do you enjoy? You have a fantastic job here as the general manager of a baseball team that represents Rochester so well. What do you love about Rochester?
First, it's home, right? This is where I was born and raised. This is where my family is. This is where my friends are. It's just an amazing community. It's a great place to work, live, and play, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. Still living here, still working here, doing something I love to do, and we have the best fans in baseball, hands down, and it's just Rochester's an incredibly generous community and just an amazing place to live. So come down here and be a part of history today, and say you were here at the first ever game at ESL Ballpark.
4:05, they're playing the Rail Riders. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio on this. All right, we're going to try the behind the back catch with the behind the back throw.
Ready?
All right.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's more. Oh, I got beamed. We got to try that one more time.
Try that again. Try that again.
We got to try that one more time. I did it. If you didn't see any of that, back to you in studio.
It's a good thing he doesn't play for the
2:30.
Wings.
We'll have information on our website. Fox Rochester and 13 Wham.
He'd never make it. I really thought he had like some athletic ability. I can do that.
Okay, so I just want to say, we've seen Chris play basketball. Not great.
Yeah.
We've seen Chris play baseball. Also not great.
Good.
Football.
Yeah.
Average.
Not a good catcher.
Skiing. Big thumbs down.
Yeah.
The boxing was good. But he was up against you. So you were new.
I was new.
I think we need to see him go head to head with somebody at his level.
A professional.
To actually gauge.
He can play pickleball. He's good at pickleball.
Okay. Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't make up sports just to make Chris look good. Don't go anywhere. When Arc Rochester returns, Stephanie Joseph is breaking down some of our top political headlines.
The political pulses coming up next.
It's time for a political pulse check here on ARC Rochester. Governor Hochul is in Albany today, just hours before the state budget is due. However, lawmakers and the governor are expected to take extra time. According to Politico, Hochul has introduced a one-week stopgap extender to ensure state workers are paid while lawmakers negotiate the $260 billion spending plan. Last year, the state budget was signed more than a month behind schedule. Well, turning now to more national news, the White House is upholding its stance on negotiations with Iran, despite the country denying they're even happening. The Trump administration maintains that progress is being made in ceasefire talks. This morning, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said there is regime change in Iran. Yesterday, Trump called it a new and more reasonable regime that they're in serious discussions with. However, he also threatened to blow up and completely obliterate key Iranian energy infrastructure like Kharg Island if the country did not reopen the Strait of Hormuz and reach a deal. Nearly 50,000 troops are in the region, and President Trump is not ruling out a ground invasion. Secretary Hegseth says Iran should wise up.
President Trump will make a deal he is willing, and the terms of the deal are known to them. If Iran is not willing, then the United States War Department will continue with even more intensity.
As I have mentioned before, the material conveyed to us under any title, such as the 15-point plan, has mainly included largely excessive, unrealistic, and unreasonable demands.
President Trump also took to social media today, criticizing allies once again for not joining or supporting the war effort. He said countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz should do two things: buy from the U.S. and, quote, build up some delayed courage, go to the Strait and just take it. This comes as gas prices are now above $4 a gallon nationally due to the Strait's closure. Now, he also added, quote, you'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. In a separate post, he said France would not let Israeli planes that were carrying military supplies fly over their airspace, adding, quote, the USA will remember. Well, the Department of Homeland Security remains shut down, prolonging the nation's longest partial government shutdown ever. TSA workers started to see payments flow yesterday, but agents say it will take time to recover financially. Long lines seem to be subsiding at airports, but there are still staffing shortages. More than 500 TSA officers have quit since the shutdown started last month. The shutdown shows no signs of ending anytime soon, with Congress on a 2-week vacation. The union representing TSA workers and the White House are calling for them to get back to work.
Our legislative branch of our government has failed the American people across all spectrums. They are at home packing up their Easter eggs for their family, and a lot of TSA officers won't have money.
The president has stepped in to do the right thing at this moment in time, but the president is also encouraging Congress to come back to Washington to permanently fix this problem and to fund and reopen the Department of Homeland Security entirely.
Well, Florida's Palm Beach International could have a new name. The state's Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill renaming the airport as the President Donald J. Trump International Airport. It still needs to be approved by the FAA. Once that happens, the change will go into effect on July 1st. According to the New York Times, some local lawmakers said the change would cost about $5 million. And finally, this morning, the U.S. Army is investigating a video posted by Kid Rock showing military helicopters near his home. Now, the videos were posted Saturday. One appears to show a helicopter hovering near the musician's private swimming pool in Nashville, Tennessee. Another angle shows him raising his fist. You just saw that there at 2 choppers flying by. The military says it's working to verify if airspace requirements and regulations were violated. If that is determined, then they will take appropriate action. Be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We are back after this.
Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. It's time for a fan favorite, friends. Christian Garzone is with us for another round of Truth.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Fist bumps. Hey, whoa, here we go. Trash.
I just have to say, this is it is the highest rated segment on television worldwide. Trash.
Globally.
I thought it was solar system wide, you know?
Wow.
This is great.
People turned off the Winter Olympics to watch Truth or Trash in January.
That's the rumor, and that's not trash, like I always say. No, thanks for having me back. It's been a while since I've been with you guys, but thank you so much. You're kind of blocking. Let me move over. I can see Steph over there. Hey, how's it going? Our lady bookends in red. You look so great today, both of you. Really, really good stuff. Let's start with Truth or Trash. I got 4 stories today. Are they truth? Are they trash? All true, all garbage? You let me know. So we'll start off with, out of China, a human 3D printer carves carrot sculptures with her teeth. Her name is Chen Quinn, a 25-year-old, has been dubbed the human 3D printer. She uses only her teeth to carve sculptures from carrots. She has made miniature palaces, towers, even sections of the Great Wall of China. To protect her teeth, she has a low-sugar diet. She uses her sculptures as ingredients later on and does not waste the food.
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
Does she only use baby carrots?
I think any carrot will kind of do.
Okay.
But that low sugar diet is great. Don't want to lose your teeth, otherwise you can't really gum sculptures.
Does she, while she's carving, does she consume the carrots?
I think she.
Does she have a spit bucket?
I don't know.
Like wine tasting.
Wine tasting.
No, the guy who voiced Bugs Bunny, he didn't like carrots. He had a spit bucket that he'd spit.
Oh, Mel Blanc?
Yeah.
What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? Yeah. No, I don't know the details on that. All I know is she makes these wonderful sculptures, doesn't waste the food. I would imagine she gets her beta carotene for the day.
Yeah.
Doing all that.
I don't like the idea of taking the sculpture of like a castle and then putting the entire thing in a stew. Like, no, that's gross. You already gnawed on. I don't need you to baby bird me that soup. No thanks.
You could do the butter sculpture at the state fair. Just like,
I got it.
Create a new one.
I know. You'd be sick of carrots after a while, I would think. Good
exactly.
root vegetable, but, you know.
Switch to beets.
Switch to beets. There we go. Next story. European nation giving drivers up to $29,000 to give up their driver's licenses. The tiny country of Malta is offering residents about $29,000 to voluntarily hand over their driver's licenses. This to reduce the number of active drivers and to encourage the use of public transportation and to help end traffic. I don't think that's Malta. To end traffic congestion.
Those are New York plates.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The payments are made over the course of 5 years in installments. How about that, though? A little green initiative. Yeah.
Okay. So you have to give up your car.
Your driver's license. You can keep your car.
License.
Yeah, license for 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, next story. Woman spends 70 days counting out loud, breaking a record. A Nigerian woman broke an 18-year-old record, spending 70 days confined to her home, counting out loud all the way to 1,070,000. She did this for 14 hours a day and said her passion to do this kept her going. She live streamed this on YouTube, and Guinness has confirmed the world record. I can't think of a better way to spend 14 hours a day.
Except maybe carrot sculptures.
That's a good one. Of
passion for counting?
Just her passion to do it, to see the goal through. I mean, she shattered that record. It's amazing. And don't ask me what the price.
Like the dude from Sesame Street, the counts.
They go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. He was my favorite as a kid. Yeah. That's story 3. Story 4. Okay. This is called "It's Not Human." The 911 call. In Pender County, North Carolina, back in 2021, along a dark highway before midnight, just over the Black Creek, a call came into 911. A driver called in claiming he saw a man who appeared to be bleeding on the side of the road, who then vanished into the woods. The driver, still on the phone there, driving around 50 miles an hour, suddenly heard a giant thump in the back of his truck. The driver screamed on the phone, "It's not human. It's not human." The driver then slammed on his brakes and the figure flew forward onto the road, disappearing into the woods. So those are the 4 stories. Human 3D printer, European nation giving up driver's licenses, Nigerian woman breaking that record, counting out loud 14 hours a day, and then the "It's Not Human" 911 call out of North Carolina in 2021.
Okay. I can start at the end.
Sure.
The it's not human call, true. I've heard that call. You can actually hear the 911 call. It's freaky.
Yeah. And
it's freaky.
I think Ashley's going to play some of it for us. Ashley, do you want to play a little bit of that for us, please? If we can drum that up. Brrr. Ashley up there.
Thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
Yes, ma'am, and it looked like he was bleeding because when I drove by, I had my high beams on, and all I could see was just some streaks of red going down his body, starting at his head. What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bag!
Yeah, there's more details. There's more details on that, though. So I kind of, we gave it away a little bit. But why don't you finish off with what you think is truth or trash? Because I want to get into a little more detail.
I really love it. Like, you can tell when the second time he says it's not human, that's a genuine call.
That's a genuine call.
That's a genuine call. Okay, so spending 70 days counting out loud. Listen, I'm going to say, yeah, that's somebody's hobby out there. Getting 29 grand to give up your license. If it's not real, it should be, because I'd go for it.
Yeah?
Yep, I'll give up my license.
Dan's
for 29
RTS
grand.
all the way.
Yep, let's do it. And then the human 3D printer, I'm also going to say, I'm going to say trash to that.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm going to go all true. True across the board for me.
I like that. Bold choice, Abby. Bold choice. Marty?
Okay, I think I'm going to go, I could go either way. I'm 50-50 on that first one. I'm going to say trash on the first one.
Sure.
We have programs for everything these days, so I'm going to say, yeah, they're going to find $29,000 to give someone to give up his license. And I think, she spent 70 days counting. Someone would do that.
Somebody would.
Somebody would do that.
Somebody would. Stephanie?
I think that the first one is trash, and then the last two, or the next two, are true.
Gotcha.
I'm going to change and go with Abby.
Yeah.
I'm going all true here.
Okay.
I'm going in deep.
You ready? I will say they are all true with the caveat of the last one, the 911 call. Let's get into that a little bit because I found this so interesting. I listened to this before bed, then really couldn't sleep too well. So what I can confirm is the phone call actually happened. The sheriff's office verified that man did call in. That call is real. What we can't verify is what that man saw. The man does not want to do interviews on it because, I guess, reliving it, doesn't want to talk about it. And he sold his truck almost immediately after, and I guess the truck had scratch marks across the top. And you can say, what are those scratch marks? Were they tree branches, whatever? We don't know. But it's probably affiliated with whatever jumped in the back of his truck and then was hurled forward. Terrifying call to come across.
Yeah.
And that's not
fascinating.
Yeah, so they're all true, but with that bit at the end, we don't really know what happened there, but the call actually happened, according to the sheriff's office down there in North Carolina.
Wild.
And is this the carrot queen, or yeah, there she is.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing, right?
Wow,
What a set of talent.
Wow.
Yeah.
She built the Great Wall of China.
And then we got the Nigerian woman counting out loud. A lot of time on people's hands these days. There she is.
Wow.
What a sensation.
18-year-old record.
Yeah, there she is.
Crazy.
Does anyone know, Christian, you might actually know.
Yeah.
What do you get if you win a Guinness Book World Record?
Well, recognition's number one, but anything else, I don't know.
Is there prize money?
It's Don. Don would tell us.
We should ask Don.
We should. What?
She said rap when we can.
Oh, rap. Okay.
I thought she was answering my question.
No, of course not.
$1,000. No, stop talking.
Shut up, kid.
Thank you, Christian.
Christian.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
All right, much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're learning more about a new docuseries. It's all about finding joy during some tough times.
And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13WEM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Don't go far. We're back after this.
47, welcome back. Our good friend Shari Alyse is known as America's Joy Magnet, and now she's taking her message of joy on the road in a brand new docuseries called Joy Drive.
I love it. Traveling more than 8,000 miles across the country, Shari is asking one powerful question. Can joy still be found when life doesn't go as planned? For more on the series and how you can stream it and watch it, we're joined now by the Joy Magnet herself, Shari Alyse. Shari, thank you so much for speaking with us again this morning. It's good to speak with you.
I would wake up at any time to talk to you both. I love being here with you.
That is so nice. So let's dive in. We have talked to you countless times over the years. Always great conversations, and you always offer sound advice to get us out of whatever situation we're in or guide us through whatever we're going through. I want to know what this show is going to look like, because I imagine it's going to still provide a lot of that.
So 100% it will, but what is different about this time around is, as you both know, you were both with me during the loss of my dad from ALS, and shortly before he passed, he knew that I had this dream of creating this show for over 2 decades. And 2 weeks before he passed, when he could no longer communicate, he spelled out on a letterboard with his eyes, RV. And for me, I knew that I could no longer keep this a dream and this show would have to go on the road. But the difference is that now I was grieving. Now I, as the joy expert, needed these sparks to joy and uncovering them. Plus add in, you know, the emotional, physical roller coaster of midlife for women. And it was all about meeting everyday people, change makers, experts to find out what their secrets to joy were.
I'm looking at the video right now, and you just can't help but smile because you really do radiate sunshine and happiness. Curious to know, while going through such a dark period and a dark part of your life, how did you kind of dig deep to find the joy?
It's definitely a journey. And the one thing that was really important to me during this journey was that I shared real people and real moments. So during it, it wasn't just with the cameras on, it was intimate moments. I spread my dad's ashes in different places around the country. The ways that I connected to joy is what I call my 5 pillars of joy. And those were the people that represented those pillars during this trip. And so joy for me is all about connection and presence. And I'm not going to lie and say, like, I had this dream when I was in my 30s to go in an RV. I am 51 now. So driving in an RV across the country wasn't everything I planned. So there were moments of anxiety. There were moments of stress. I'm hanging out with 2 20-year guys in their 20s who do not have the same cleanliness habits I do. So finding the joy really came down to what I ultimately knew it was. It was in those connected moments when I met the different people. It was in the quiet times when I wasn't in my head. And it was really having good conversations around the country and discovering what other people do to find joy. And honestly, before it ever even aired, I said, right in the back of the RV, I said, I already received the gift.
Listen, is that not the truth, too? You put your mind to something decades ago, and here you are in 2026 on a promotional tour for Joy Drive. I think that's really incredible. I do want to ask, though, for someone who may spend too much time in their own heads, too much time that's for their own good in their own heads. When you're in one of those vicious cycles, you're just spiraling, you know you're not headed anywhere good, but you cannot get out of it. You can't bring yourself to tie the sneakers to get to the gym. What do you do to make the change so you can take action?
So I went through a really difficult time the end of last year where I did not want to move, and people would have been like, America's Joy Magnet. But I knew what was happening was that I was finally feeling the grief. And what I did do was I allowed myself to feel it without the punishment of, you need to get up, you need to get going. I said, no, what I need to do is respect my body. What I need to do is listen. What I need to do is give myself grace. And when I did that, that allowed me to move through it even more quickly than if I would have spent the time like, you need to be doing these things. And eventually I ended up getting up, taking a walk outside, connecting with nature. I made sure that I stayed surrounded by people that support me. I stayed in community for as much as I could. So there are different ways to stay connected and to stay present, but most of it was self-compassion and love.
Just thinking about the Rochester area specifically, we don't have any sunshine around here for so long. And speaking for myself, I'm always drawn to people who radiate that sunshine. I know people around here are going to be interested in seeing the docuseries. How can they watch it? How can they get some of that positivity and light into their lives?
I got to tell you both, it is so good. And I don't say that about a lot of things that I do, but I'm so moved by it. The easiest way to do it is to go to joydriveusa.com. That will bring you right over to the YouTube, I'm like 90. And then you could do it, it's streaming on Binge Networks, which then streams on Apple TV and Roku and all of the things. And we're getting picked up now by several other platforms, but the website you have on there is perfect.
Well, we look forward to binging it ourselves. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it, Shari Alyse.
And congrats, too.
Yes,
series.
yes.
Very exciting.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
When we come back, we're taking a look at some of the stories that have people talking this Tuesday morning.
We're talking trends on the other side of the break. Hey, it's time to see what's trending now, starting with Mountain Dew launching a very special promotion for the release of a new beverage.
The company is releasing their new product, Hard Mountain Dew, a spiked zero-sugar Mountain Dew that contains 5% alcohol.
Why does it say do your feet a favor? I guess we better keep reading. They're being released in 4 different flavors. You've got Original, you've got Live Wire, you've got Baja Blast, and you've got, Code Red.
To promote the new drink, the brand is launching a one-day pop-up event called Hard Mountain Dew Mani-Pedi.
No. On April 9th, one nail salon in Philadelphia is inviting guests to book a free pedicure appointment.
The brand says the location was chosen due to Philadelphia's reputation as one of the most walkable cities in the U.S., with the event framed as a way to give hardworking feet a break.
Ain't no way I'm touching your feet for free. Appointments are available on a first-come, first-served basis.
Outside of the Philly event, Hard Mountain Dew is also offering a broader promotion for fans nationwide.
Anyone in the U.S. who gets a pedicure between now and April 9th can submit their receipt through the campaign's website and be reimbursed while supplies last.
The pedicure idea comes as the brand leans into the start of outdoor drinking season, positioning the promotion as a way for fans to refresh both their feet and their drink of choice heading into the warmer weather.
According to the company, they said nobody asked us to fix the foot neglect problem this spring, but somebody had to do it.
This is just very random.
No. Mountain Dew, do something else. Feet,
Like, that's probably the thing I would pick last.
Yeah.
Like, I would choose maybe a manicure because you're going to be holding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you wanted to do this foot thing, why not come up with like an at-home Mountain Dew scented pedicure kit? I think that would do better than...
Yeah. Polish colors.
Yeah. Oh, I love Baja Blast green.
Yeah.
Code red.
Red.
She gets so annoyed with us.
Yeah. All right, we'll turn now to a few new apps. The first designed to help parents understand what their baby needs.
Japan has rolled out Away a Baby? Oh, there's no Y there. Owa Baby. What's it mean? It's an AI-powered app that decodes babies' cries. Oh, Owa Baby.
Yeah, the free app works by analyzing cries using AI trained with 150,000 crying samples.
Or you just put the baby away.
Away a baby.
The cries are evaluated based on pitch, tone, and duration.
Once it's finished listening, it will then categorize the cry into one of 11 possible needs or emotions.
These categories include hunger, sleepiness, discomfort, loneliness, temperature changes, stomach pain, and wanting attention.
According to app developers, they hope the app will help turn a baby's cries into something more understandable for parents.
During a local trial, parents said that having a rough indication of what their baby might want made it easier to respond calmly rather than second-guessing.
The app also includes a feature where users can log and share solutions that worked for different types of crying.
The company will begin offering a premium service beginning next month, tomorrow.
There is no word on if the app will become available in other countries. However, people online are curious to see how effective it actually is. What are you laughing at?
Others are wondering something stupid in my brain.
Okay.
Others are wondering if it could work for pets or even humans.
The baby isn't human.
What?
Like grown-ups?
Oh.
Well, I mean, if you're crying as an adult.
Yeah, we got
I feel like
some
you could
other
just
things.
Say, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I used to have an app that could decode your cat's meow.
Yeah?
Except I thought it was broken because it would always say that Dexter was just hungry.
But it turns out Dexter was just always hungry.
Dexter has a thyroid problem, so he actually is starving all the time. I was like, this stupid app doesn't work. And now I'm like, no, he's actually really hungry.
Oh,
we gotta
poor
help him.
Dex.
I know.
All right, now to another new app that's also going viral, and it happened in just a matter of days.
It's called Slap Mac. The program uses the MacBook's motion sensors to detect impact, which in turn triggers a range of sound effects when the device is hit.
Okay. There are currently 8 voice packs you can choose from, including punching sound effects, farts, and goat noises.
The most popular sound effect is moaning.
According to the creator, the app took only 48 hours to develop and made $5,000 in just 3 days.
The app costs $5 and includes a built-in to cool down timer and adjustable sensitivity options that are said to prevent meltdowns during rapid slaps. What?
We would play you some of the video, but the sounds of moaning are very graphic and not suitable for television.
People online have mixed reactions to the app, some commenting how awkward it must be for the sound effect to go off when others are around. Yeah, that's what I would think too.
This has never stopped us from airing something before.
How bad is it, Ashley?
They're bad.
Can you imitate?
Nope. You can though if you want.
I don't know what I'm imitating. I don't know what it sounds like. Did she say that to you too?
She did. Yeah.
Others say they spank their computers at least 10 times a day just to hear the sound.
You people are weird out there.
I know.
And you're weird too.
What? I didn't put the story in.
Fine. Ashley's weird.
I did clear it. I did tell her she could do it.
What?
Well, we're walking down the hallway yesterday, and she said, "Do you think I could play moaning on television?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Just if you hear moaning on TV on ARC, do you think we'll get in trouble for that?" And I said, "I mean, it depends, like, on what level we're talking. Is this an injury? Is this, enjoyment? What's happening here?" And I think I said, "Okay," and she walked away.
Okay.
Is that how it happened?
Yeah, but I didn't play any.
I know.
I want to hear it after the show.
Yeah, we're a little disappointed now. Okay, we're going to move along to a sticky situation for one mother in the UK.
Go ahead. All right.
A woman go ahead.
A woman who had sex with identical twins separately within 4 days of each other has been told it's not possible to identify which one is the father of her baby.
The mother and one of the twins took the case. Oh, one of the I'm confused because she's not having twins.
No.
She had
the twins.
It's true. The mother of one of the twins took the case to court after the other brother was named as the father's on the child's birth certificate.
Okay. The pair. No, because we have to keep going. All right. You already made me say it. The pair launched legal action. However, they ran into a problem when they went to family court. A judge declined to remove the name of the alleged father on the birth certificate.
The woman proceeded to take the case to the Court of Appeals, but a panel of judges ruled it's not possible to know for sure who is the daddy.
According to the court, DNA testing could not distinguish which of the men was the father, although scientists may potentially be able to do so in the future. You know who could do it? Maury Povich.
Maury Povich.
He would know.
You are not the father. I loved that. Loved that. I went to high school with a kid who was on that show, and he was the father. The final ruling was that the truth of the baby's paternity is that their father is one or the other of these two identical twins.
Okay, people online are more fascinated with how the woman told the twins about the situation. Guys, we gotta have a chat.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, our final thoughts.
We've got a lot of them. We'll be right back. Oh my God.
We just heard the moaning.
You're right. Can't put that on TV.
No, that can't go on television. That does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning, starting at 5 a.m., 4:57 over on the other channel.
13 Wham, ABC. Join Steph and Selena for 13 Wham News at midday. See you.
Oh.
Bye. Daniel.